How's the team feeling this this week in school, getting ready for this?
Definitely pumped in the hallways. Saw a lot of happy football players today. This is a game that they can go out and win, certainly. So I think that that carried out into the game.
Excellent.
Hopefully.
Excellent. And it's a beautiful night. We thought it was going to be a lot colder. We thought it was going to be under blankets tonight and a lot of wind, but it's actually beautiful out here. So it's good weather for football, and looks like Triton's going to take the ball to start off and hopefully march on down the field. So they got Ty Schultz, the backup quarterback, is going to be starting instead of the backup that we had last week. So it's good. So they can go back to their normal offense, right?
Yes, hopefully so.
Yeah, they can run the spread. They can do whatever they want to do, throw the ball. And again, it's not a windy night, so they should have perfect weather for getting the ball down the field. Last time we called the game here, your brother had a couple of catches in triple coverage. So are we going to see more of that tonight?
I hope so. I mean, hopefully they can spread the ball around to a couple different receivers so that Ipswich doesn't lock them up too much.
Yeah, that's the challenge, of course, is that now everybody knows who Chris Colby is. So there's no surprise in the Cape Ann League anymore. So it's a matter of whether or not Ty Schultz can get that ball out to him. We'll see how it goes. And I remember the last game, too, the very first possession, I think, they lost the ball right on the first snap. So what they need to do tonight is come out and march down the field and do something good, right?
Yep, I think the team that will win tonight will be the team that makes the least amount of turnovers.
Right. Hold on to the ball. So Kyle O'Doy's still not suited up. That's the starting quarterback. But the rumor is he'll be back for Thanksgiving.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, it'd be good to see him play again. He played a couple games this season already, right?
Mm-hmm. Georgetown, he scored 4 touchdowns in that game, rushed for well over 100 yards and was huge, and then dislocated that shoulder.
He's been out since. So, and was that their win against Georgetown? I think it was. Yeah.
Yes, that was their win.
Yep, coming in 1-5 against Ipswich. So there's the kickoff. Fielded cleanly. Going to bring it to the left side. Going to get wrapped up and thrown to the ground right at about the 25-yard line. And who was that bringing the ball back?
I think that was Dan Rivera.
Excellent. So first offensive set. We're going to should they just chuck it down the field? Just do that.
Yeah, Hail Mary, first play of the game. I like it.
Why not? Why not? Let's see what they got out there. So Ty Schultz is number 14. And who's he going to have? Number 2, Ethan Tremblay. He's going to be back there with him. Is he under center?
Oh, Tremblay
no, actually, Tremblay is taking the ball. Direct snap, and he's going to run it right up the middle, get a bunch of yardage, all the way up and get a first down on the first play of the game. About an 11-yard carry.
I think Ipswich was caught a little off guard with that play.
But they were. I don't even see Schultz out there yet. I see number 12, unless he's changed to a new number. Nope, looks like Tremblay's still under there.
Yes, I see Schultz on the sideline right now.
So Tremblay in the shotgun. They take the ball again. There's the snap. He's going to run it same side. This time doesn't get as far. It actually gets wrapped up in the backfield.
Yeah, host of Tigers read that play perfectly.
Something went wrong in the blocking there because he definitely went right to the right after he got the ball, and he didn't have the hole he was probably expecting. 2nd down and 12 now. So we're not sure what's happening. We thought that Tremblay was going to be back. Not Tremblay, but Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's out there. So 3rd snap of the game. Schultz is in.
Hopefully they can get a pass play, gain some yardage.
Tremblay's on his right in the shotgun. Ipswich bringing pressure, but it's right up the middle. Good little run by Tremblay that time. Basically gained back a little bit of what he lost and some more. Going to bring up 3rd and long, though. So now, unfortunately, it gets predictable on 3rd and long. That's when defenses can sit back a little bit and anticipate he's going to go out to, who's he got? Is your brother's number 1? Yep, here on the far, on Schultz's far left, all the way out, wide receiver spot is Colby. He's got Tremblay on his left. A little bit of movement, and I think it was your brother actually that jumped.
Oh, crap.
So that's going to back it up 5 yards. False start on the offense. 5 yards back. It was 3rd and long. It's now 3rd and longer. It's not the end of the world. They had the play they wanted. They're all set. Lining up. This time Colby's going to go out to the far left. And who's the receiver closest to us? Switching sides, number 27. He had a good game last time, too, I think.
Yeah, that's Cam Paquette.
Yep. Colby comes back to this side. A lot of signals in from the head coach. Schultz in the gun, takes a snap, He's going to look around, roll to his left. He's going to look down the field. He's not got anything. He's got to run it himself, and he's got a little bit of room. It's all the way up. Gains about 7-8 yards on that play, enough to make it 4th and about 4. I don't think they're going to go for it here. I already hear them yelling for punt.
Yeah, he was looking for Colby on that pass, but 3 defenders on him once more.
Yeah. Yeah, they know to triple him up, I guess. So he's actually, I think, the only receiver in the paper today that had his name for receiving yards. 23 catches for 393 yards.
Wow.
395 yards. So, yeah, Ipswich's defense knows what's coming. There's the snap to the punter. It's up and it's good. Great punt.
Decent
all the way down
punt.
to about the – it's going to hit it about the 30 and take a Triton bounce. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Going to put that ball right at the 20-yard line. Nice. So they don't go 3 and out. They get off about 4 or 5 offensive snaps. Not so bad. Decent punt. And at least it wasn't a turnover on the first possession.
It's always a plus.
We're doing better already. So, decent crowd tonight. Got the band up there getting them going.
Was it last time on Amesbury on the first possession they turned it over, a fumble on that play, and then
Amesbury just punched it right in. So, yeah. All right, so let's see what we got for Triton's defense out there tonight. Right in the center of that line is number 59, Nick Wynne. So Ipswich under center. Motion to the left. He's going to drop back, look to pass. He's got a guy in the flat, but he's going to just throw it deep, and he's going to hit him. And that's a great catch by Ipswich all the way down to the 40-yard line. So just like that, first play, that's what I wanted to see Triton do.
Paquette was able to bring him down. Luckily, he just got beat on the coverage there.
Yeah, so the Ipswich quarterback able to roll out to his left and had enough time. And I think he actually had a couple receivers. I was actually watching the guy that was in the flat that he could have gone to who looked open as well. I don't know if Triton just wasn't ready for a pass on the first play, but they certainly didn't look like it. So switch again, and again under center. Pretty packed offense. They don't have a lot of receivers. This time the motion is to the right, and the handoff is right up the middle. Gain of nothing. Stuffed pretty well right there on the line by the Triton defense.
Paul Terry on the carry. Gain of 1.
So they got to make a stop here, not just because they need to keep this game under control, but after giving up a big play like that, if you can hold them and force them to punt or try a long field goal, that'd be that's success right there.
Not many kickers right now in high school can hit that field goal too.
Ipswich under center, motion left. He's going to drop back. He's going to look again. A lot of pressure this time. He's going to take it himself and run to the right sideline. He's got a lot of room. He's going to get by one guy, but not make it past number 2. He's going to go all the way down to about the 3 or 4 yard line. Great little run by number 12, their quarterback, Cam James. Huge run. They took that ball about 38 yards on that. Ball's all the way down.
Goal from the 5.
Looking at the 5. I thought he went out closer to the goal line, but
First and goal here for the Tigers.
this is tough. Just 7 minutes into it. Or not even 7, 5 minutes into the game.
Jeez, yeah.
Ipswich's first possession, they just marched down the field. 2 big plays. Big pass play, big run play. Now they're in position to score. Quarterback under center, that really tight formation. Motion left. Hands it off. No, keeps it. Pitch out to the left. He's got some room. He's going to walk in. So number 20, that would be Chase Huntley, a junior from Ipswich. Simple play. They just ran it out to the left on the option.
Touchdown.
The fake up the middle was pretty good. I fell for it, so I'm sure more all those guys on the line fell for it as well. So that was quick. How many passes and how many runs? I don't know. It seemed like it was a, do we call that a pass or a run? That's a run play, yeah. So Eric Gundrum is our stats guy again today. And here's the kick from Ipswich. It's up, and it looked pretty good, but yeah, it was. All right.
Extra point is good. Number 9.
Put
Dominic
7 points
Caldell.
on the board just like that. 2 big plays, big run play, big pass play. Kind of took Triton defense by surprise with that pass play, and then he just got way too much room to run.
Didn't take him very long to score either. Marched right down the field.
No, so Triton's defense has got to hold them a little bit better than that next time they have a chance. So again, Triton receiving the ball on the kickoff. Don't want to be seeing that too many more times tonight. Ethan Tremblay all the way back. Chris Colby to his left. And number 20. Who's number 20? Dan Rivera he's the one who caught the last time on the far right. So those are our 3 guys back, getting ready for the second kick of the night by Ipswich. Low and a bouncer. Going to be scooped up by Rivera again. Not a lot of room to run. Tries to just bring it right up the middle. Not a bad run back, actually. Got it all the way out to about the 35. So some room to work here. Let's see what they can do. So did you play Ipswich in soccer this year or no? I don't remember.
Yeah, we played them for our senior night this year. 0-0 tie. It was a tough one.
10 from the 36.
That is a tough one. It was a good season, though, actually. I mean, you beat teams that were better than you, honestly, like Linfield.
Yes.
You beat the really tough teams, and you took some ties against some of the easier teams. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, we tied Masco and Amesbury this
Right.
year. Amesbury, I think, is Cal champs in their division.
Right.
And Masco, I'm not sure if they're Cal champs or co-Cal champs, but they're right up there.
They're always good. So
it always feels good to tie or beat Masco.
there's a handoff to Tremblay on the right side. He's got a ton of room to run. Going to get tripped up and pulled down after a gain of about 15. Excellent run by Tremblay there. Great block by the wide receiver who was out on that right side with him. Good little handoff by Schultz. That looked good. Yeah, Masco is always good in just about every sport. That's always a challenge. So
they're actually
sure
so
why.
good that they've moved them up in the division. They're no longer going to be in the Cal next year.
No, that's not a bad thing at all. Schultz again in the shotgun. Has Tremblay to right, hands it off to him, to his left rather. Tremblay goes to his left and gets stood up after a gain of nothing.
Ethan Tremblay on the carry.
So Triton's still in the normal formation they run with the 3 receivers, 1 running back. I know last game they had to switch to the heavy offensive set with a lot of 2 running backs back there and not as much of the spread offense, but they're looking more like that tonight. Schultz again in the gun, Tremblay on his left. Colby all the way over to the left side, second and long now. Clean snap, hands it off, the exact same play on that right side. This time Tremblay's going to get about 6 yards on it.
Ethan Tremblay on the carry. Gain of 5.
So have you been to every Thanksgiving Day game over the years?
I have actually not been at any.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding.
I know last year you said it was an ice bowl out in Haverhill.
Last year was tough.
Kind of glad I missed that one.
Yeah. They've been fun. There've been a couple of games here at Triton where we've had snow, which has been a lot of fun. And then there was a game. There was a game at Pentucket we could talk about that was in the snow. But Schultz in the gun again. Takes a snap. He's going to drop back, and he's going to look right across the middle to number 6. Great play. Going to be a first down, and he holds on to it. Excellent.
It's J.J. Leonard, number 6.
J.J. Leonard. He had a really good game last time, if I remember correctly. So, sorry.
By Schultz to J.J. Leonard.
Yeah,
First down. Awful quiet in here tonight, boys. Let's go.
It is awful quiet in here tonight. PA announcers, right? The Viking is here somewhere running around in the stands, I think, getting people fired up. Schultz again in the gun. Again, Tremblay on his left. 3 receivers on the left. He's going to drop back and look, throw it right away. Same receiver this time, and he's going to get another big game, probably about 6-7 yards on that one.
Schultz to Leonard.
So again, Leonard picks up a lot of yardage, and this team is moving. They're moving the ball, and I think that ball was in Schultz's hand for less than a second.
It's awesome.
Didn't it seem like it?
Yeah, second reception by J.J. Leonard tonight.
Spread the receivers out this time. Tremblay on his right. Second and very short. And there's a handoff to Tremblay. Makes one tackler miss, spins, goes by another guy, and finally gets gang tackled way down on the 10-yard line.
That was an awesome spin move by Tremblay to really create separation.
It was good, and he hit the first guy and went by him, and then did the spin move to get a little bit more. So excellent run by Tremblay. Tremblay's already had 92 carries and 449 yards on the season coming in.
Wow.
So he's going to top 100 carries. He probably already has. and he's probably going to top 500 yards tonight, which is fantastic. So Schultz again in the gun. Trumley on his right this time. 3 receivers right. And here's the snap. He's going to hand it off to Trumley. Going around the outside this time. Can't quite go off tackle and get far enough on that. More like a 2 or 3 yard gain. This is what they need. This nice long drive, sustained, no mistakes, bring it right down. And that's going to be a timeout. Timeout by Ipswich. Their defense has got to take a breather here.
Ipswich.
So there was a Thanksgiving Day game at Pentucket where Triton's offense was similar to this. It was very much a hurry-up, West Coast style, fast offense. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick. Throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. And it snowed the night before. And it wasn't a lot of snow, but it was enough snow. And it was a beautiful, clear day on Thanksgiving Day. But they came out and they didn't plow the field. All they did was they plowed the lines. And all they did was slow down Triton's offense, because all of a sudden Triton couldn't get their footing, because between the lines it was enough snow to slow them down.
Ice.
And it was on this drive it's been 8 plays and 2 first downs. That's fantastic. But the Pentucket won, and it was one of those things where it was like the groundskeeper won that game for Pentucket. You know, I mean, it just was so hard for Triton to get their offensive footing and get it going. And yeah, so hopefully we'll have snow for Thanksgiving again this year. Those games are always the best. So 3:11 minute mark in the first quarter. Ipswich up by 7. Triton knocking on the door here. They got a second and goal at about the 9-yard line. Schultz takes the snap, high snap. He's going to keep it himself, go up the middle, get tackled right around the 5.
Ty Schultz on the carry.
So close, we're getting close. Actually, it's actually not 3rd and goal. It's third and about 4. The first down yard marker looks like it's about at the 5-yard line or so. We don't quite have the sky cam drone thing going over here. Yeah. So he lines up with Colby on his far, far, far left. Maybe look to drop that ball right to him in the end zone. Have him go up and chase that thing. Schultz drops back. Takes the snap. And he hands it off to Trumley. Trumley's trying to go to his right side and at least get that first down. Look close, but I don't think he got it. No, it's going to be 4th down now. And this is a tough call. What do you do here?
I mean, if the kicker in tonight is my brother, Chris Colby, they don't have their normal kicker, Elliot Lent. He's at a wedding this weekend. So.
That's hey, even in the pros sometimes, these things happen. So It's all right. Good life lesson, man. The wedding's more important, I'm sure.
So if you have Chris kick, I have faith in him, I guess.
Looks like they're going to go for it, though. So he's off the hook for this play. They need the points. They need to put him on the board now. So Schultz again in the shotgun set. He's got Trumley on his right. He's going to roll out to his right and look to throw, and it's going to be tipped, and should have been a hold though on
Trumley.
No, on the I'm looking at his number on 79 on Ipswich. He tipped the ball, but he had his arm around Trumley before Trumley could get there and get his hand up. At least that's the way it looked to me. But tipped twice, and unfortunately it's going to be a turnover on downs. And hopefully Ipswich could be held down in this end for a while. So was that the right call? I mean, I think it was. 4th and short at this point, you got to go for it, right? Last game of the season, you got it.
Plus, Ipswich is now deep in their own territory. Maybe we can get a safety out of it. Yeah.
Right. Turnover, something. Make something crazy happen here, Triton.
They need some energy from the crowd. I mean, we have a huge crowd over there, but they're not making very much noise.
Not making nearly enough noise. So under center for Ipswich. Motion to the left. He's going to keep it and run to his left. Looks like it's a quarterback keeper all the way out on the wing. Never even looked to pitch. Never had anybody to pitch to.
Cam James on the carry.
So the quarterback takes it for about 4 or 5 yards. Maybe a little less. It's going to be 2nd and long. And this is only their second drive. Yeah, it's funny. It's only a minute and a half left in the first. It feels like there's been a lot more action, but it's only the second drive now for either team. So Ipswich comes up to the line. They got one receiver on the far right and a lot of room to run. Motion to the right, pitch to the right, and he's coming in. Number 14 clears that corner, but there's got to be a hold on the play. That flag went exactly where you would see it. So big, long game, and it's going to be coming back. It's got to be coming back. Yeah, yep. Referee is waving to the guys on the chains to stay where they are. You know when that happens that it's definitely on the offense.
It's going to help Triton a lot. I mean, they could have gotten some huge yardage on that play.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. I mean, he got a first down and another 10 yards at least. Instead, they're going to back it up. They're good. It puts them right at the goal line. I guess half the distance, but. Yeah, it's got to be hard to play, when the crowd isn't kind of screaming and yelling. Mm-hmm. But then again, you played a lot of soccer games without a crowd screaming and yelling.
Yeah.
So, you can't draw energy from the crowd all the time.
Yeah, I think senior night was the one time we actually had a decent crowd.
So motion to the left, and he freezes up. And then he sets himself again. So it looks like Tremblay has got the mark on number 2 on their team. He checks his wristband, calls a play, under center again, and that's got to be time, right? Time, I think.
Flag on the play.
Too much time. Delay a game on the offense, I'm guessing. Waiting for the referee to give us a signal. There's a lot. It's tough because there's no clock. Like, you can't actually see it on the scoreboard like you can.
False start on
it was a false start, but there's no play clock. I mean, these players have to just know it in their head.
That must be difficult trying to call a play, get set up, and do it in that amount of time.
And the coaches need to know in their head too, because so many times the coaches are calling the play right in from the sideline every time. So, all right, here we go. Second and long, inside their own 5. Drops back to pass. He's going to chuck it way up, and he's got a guy down there. Good coverage. No flag. Beautiful play. Excellent. Number 27 for Triton. Cam Paquette. I have to circle these names because we're going to keep coming back to them, and I'm searching around for them. That was good. Good defense. Well played.
He was able to get a hand in there and just swat the ball down.
Yeah. He definitely didn't have the size on him. They got some big, tall wide receivers here on Ipswich.
Looks like they're swapping in Schultz for Paquette right now.
Yeah, they got to be worried about another one of those long bomb throws because it's third and really, really long. And I think the last thing Ipswich wants to do is try and punt from the back of their own end zone. Although maybe just get 5 yards and give your punter a little breathing space. He's going to drop back. It's like a screen out to the flat. 2's coming over to block. Good tackles by Triton, though. Excellent. Wrapped him right up. Kept him inside the 10. What's that?
4th down?
Yeah, 4th down. So punting unit's going to have to come on for Ipswich, and this is where you want to see that ball go out the back of the end zone. Timeout, Triton, I think. Or no, end of the quarter. End of the quarter.
That was fast.
We're not seeing the scoreboard either. It's right there. Yeah, that was fast. Only 2 possessions each, right? Yeah. Yeah, 2 possessions each. And Triton's first one they didn't do enough. And then their second one, they got all the way down, right inside the 5-yard line and couldn't quite punch it in. So this is the good, close game that we kind of expected, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ipswich was definitely wrapped up with those 2 penalties called.
Yeah, that absolutely helped. Yeah, because that kid got a first down headed out, but he only got a first down because of the holding call.
Yes.
That's why you always got to go back and look at the tape and say, no, that kid was held. So.
A lot of great food at the concession stand, and everything is $2.
All right. Fans need to get a little more excited. There's Ben, who used to be the director, standing there in the stands, and he's not getting all excited. Come on, Ben. Step up and start yelling. Get this team fired up. We're helped tonight by Kyla, Savannah, Brenna, and Tim. It's the crew tonight. Of course, with Mr. Eric Gundrum on the stats as well. Mr. Bob Lathrop, as always. And again, a beautiful night. We're so lucky. I was anticipating. It was colder the last time we did a game, which was the beginning of this month, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember back then we were saying, "Oh, geez, it's going to be a cold one for this one." It wasn't too bad, or it isn't too bad yet.
Yeah. All right, so here's going to be the punt from Ipswich. Decent snap, and not much of a punt. It's going to bounce right at about the 40-yard line and roll out of bounds at about the 43. So I mean, good for Ipswich. They got the punt off, but now Triton's going to take the ball over in really good field position and a chance to replicate what they did before, but this time put it in the end zone. So how long is the transition from each sport now?
So I think I have 5 weeks off now.
That's an awful lot of time. How does an athlete keep herself in, like, mentally? How do you stay, in the zone of?
So now I'm going to start working on my schoolwork a little bit more. And probably I normally take a week off physically and then get back to going to the gym and stuff like that.
Snap it to Tremblay on the right side, makes a cut and then gets hit pretty hard and doesn't really go down right away. And gang tackled finally by a host of Tigers is right. But he got some yardage before he got pulled back down, so not bad. 3 yards on that carry off tackle. Let's see what they can do this time. Yeah, a week off is probably about right after a long soccer season.
Yeah, I still got the bruises, cleat marks, all of that. Got to heal a little bit.
So with Tremblay on his left, takes the snap, hands it off to him again, right side again, same kind of play. Tries to make a little hop move, and it doesn't quite work. But
Ethan Tremblay on a carry.
3 yards at a crowd of dust on that. And Tremblay's complaining because he's getting
kicked on the ground,
yeah.
It appears.
So number 20 on Ipswich, and Tremblay not getting along at all out there. But now we got a 3rd and 5. So does he air it out this time or go to Tremblay and try and get another 5 yards?
I think they need to switch it up with some passing.
Yeah, they've only had the one pass that I can recall, and it was tipped. So let's see what else they can do. Here he's going to drop back and pass. He's looking over the middle. Now he's got to scramble, looks down, finds Colby. Short of the first down. Chris Colby had to come back for that ball, and in doing so, I think he came back a little too far, although he wouldn't have caught it if he hadn't. So it's going to be 4th down and 1, and here's another chance for the coach to decide. He's going to go. He's got to go for it here,
They're
right?
going to have to go for it. There's no way you can nail like a 45-yard field goal.
Right. They've had some decent luck running the ball, so are they going to go off tackle here? He's got Tremblay on his right. It's the side he's preferred to go on. This time they're going to go to the left, though. He's going to get more than just the first down, pick up about 4 extra yards.
It's a huge first down for Triton.
Nice. Now the fans are getting fired up. Fans got something to cheer about. Excellent. Tremblay's having a good. I mean, I know we're not asking Mr. Gundren to keep track of yardage, but he's got to be close to topping 500 yards. He's going to do it in this game. I don't know when it's going to happen, but really good runs by him. Tremblay on his right, drops back to pass, looks into the flats, got a lot of pressure on him, rolls out to his right, got some time, looks down. Can't see what happened there because it was right in the sideline.
I think that was J.J. Leonard somehow made that catch.
There were so many kids on the bench between us and the play. Totally lost sight of that ball.
And he's so little, too. You can't really see over.
And he's not got the height that some of those defenders out there have, that's for sure.
I think that's his 3rd reception of the night.
And another completion, so it's 2 in a row for Schultz. He's looking pretty good right now. Ball snapped to him. He's going to give it off tackle to Tremblay again. Tremblay again is going to pick up maybe a yard on that one. Might have get pushed back just a little bit. It's going to be 3rd down now. So 3rd and a completely makeable short. And who's the center on this team, on this Triton team? Fortunately, the program they give us just says O-line, 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 O-line. We get to see who the center is. Could be number 93. He's a snap. Drops back. He's going to roll to his left. A lot of pressure right on top. He's going to get sacked, and he's lucky he didn't get that ball stripped out of his hands. So it goes from 3rd and 2 to 4th and 10. And that defense, just somebody missed a block there because that guy came right up untouched, right up on top of him. They got some tall kids on that Ipswich team, too. Some big kids. So that center position is tough. That's always one of those ones that, you take the worst beating when you're out there, the center, and you have to, you can't make mistakes, especially in this kind of offense when they almost never go under center. It's almost always from the gun.
Yeah, you have to have that perfect snap, and then right afterwards you get hit by somebody
right.
Could be even bigger than you.
So Schultz back, Tremblay on his right. He's got to drop back again and pass. Pump fakes once, looks down. He's got Colby in traffic, broken up. Went up for it, and the Ipswich player was right there with him. Solid defense by Ipswich, and unfortunately Colby couldn't pull it in that time. So I think that was actually number 20 out there. That kid's been all over the field. What's that kid's name? Chase Huntley. Actually, he's one of their running backs too, if I remember right. So another turnover. Is that another turnover on downs? Yeah, it is. So Triton got the ball at about the 40, I want to say the 43-yard line for that possession. And in total, they moved it only about 7 or 8 yards. Took up a lot of time off the clock, but
team, get your 50-50 raffle ticket.
Didn't get far enough with it.
By the entrance.
Ipswich ball again. Tight under center, and they're really tight this time. Motion to the left. He's going to quarterback keeper, goes off tackle, breaks through a couple of tackles, all the way out, gains almost a first down on that, but not quite.
Quarterback had a stiff arm in there, just completely put down a couple of Triton players.
The quarterback's a good runner. I mean, that's dangerous.
He looked a little banged up on that play, though.
So they're calling in the play. All of them have their little wristbands to look at, figure it out. Sort of limits how many plays you can go with, but that's probably better at the high school level. So quarterback under center again. Again, the very heavy set offense. Motion to his right. He's going to keep it again, go right up the center, get that first down. Good tackling by Triton, though, just to contain that. So you were saying before the game that a lot of these players, or the youth players now, it's an Ipswich Triton youth team, right?
Yeah, 7th and 8th graders. I think they have 2 teams that play, and they're kind of going head-to-head tonight. My brother used to play, and he's playing against some of his old teammates, so it's kind of interesting.
And there must be some other kids suited up for Triton that played for that team as well. Motion right. There's the pitch to the right to number 14. He's got a little bit of room to run. Cuts back, gets a lot more room, goes all the way down for about a 14-yard gain on that. So Triton able to seal the outside, not let him get the all the way around the edge, but unfortunately, good cutback by number 14, Justin Broom. And he's going to get a first down for Ipswich. I don't know how many first downs they have, but it does feel like a lot. Only 3? That's crazy.
It's felt like a lot more than that.
It's because one of those first downs was the huge pass play, and another one was the huge run to set them up with first and goal. So
yeah, so they're not getting a lot of them, but the ones that they are getting are pretty huge yardage plays.
And that was good. That was a good 14-yard run for a first down. So there's a handoff in the middle and a lot of room to run. Got to make a tackle here on number 20, and he goes right by a couple of Triton defenders. Somebody came out of the back and just, is that Tremblay, number 2?
Yeah, I think that was Tremblay.
Excellent play by Ethan Tremblay to recover on that, because that kid was gone all the way into the end zone. Made a couple of great moves and was nothing but him and daylight to the end zone, and then Tremblay came up from behind him and made a touchdown-saving tackle. So we need a turnover here and take this momentum away from Ipswich. Motion left, quarterback keeper to the left, nobody to pitch it to. They seal the edge. Going to be another hold. No, don't throw him down. Good. It's going to be another hold by Ipswich. Let's back that up. Be first down and 10, or first and 20 now. So sometimes when they get that much space, you can see it's only because they're holding. And that's the one thing that we don't get at football games that you do get at basketball games is, the you can't do that chance, and the, there's a lot more of that.
Yeah.
It's so much more contained when you're watching basketball. So.
Flag on the play.
So Ipswich driving now, under 5 minutes and a half, leading by only 7-0. It feels like they've gotten a lot more points than that. Triton's defense is held, and they've committed some penalties. There's going to be a handoff right up the middle, off tackle. Solid tackling by Triton. Hold them up to about 7-8 yard gain on that. Gets a chunk of it back, so it'll be second and long. Does the cheerleading team still do cheerleading competitions? They must, right?
Yeah, I think they have a competition this weekend.
Ah.
Yep.
Second and about 13 yards now for Ipswich. Motion to the right, rolls to the right, looking to pass. Had a guy in the end zone. Takes, great hit. 2 great hits.
Wow, those were awesome hits.
So the Ipswich quarterback couldn't quite decide whether he was going to throw it or not. Takes 1 hit, and I'm not sure he got knocked down. Good for him for staying on his feet, but then all that did was get him hit a second time.
Kind of thought he was going to get the pass off there because he survived the first one. The second one came in seconds later.
Right. So good defense by Triton. Did really backed it up a little bit, 3 or 4 yards. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 15. He's had time to pass for the most part when he's rolled out like that. So hopefully Triton can keep some pressure up on him. Good by the defensive backs. And looks again. This time it's going to be it's not sacked. Somehow he gets away from it. So he was caught up in the backfield, but now he's taken down. No, he's in for the touchdown. So the Ipswich quarterback, it looked like it was a busted play, and he looked like he was going to be hit for a sack, and it would have been a 4th and long. But instead, how did he do that?
I have no idea. I actually thought they got him in that pile, and somehow he was able to make it out.
That's
they kind of bring him down.
Yeah, that kid is having a good night so far, though. He's holding his chest and not looking like he's too happy.
There's 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second quarter. And Ipswich will start with the ball in the second half, so hopefully Triton can get it back and get some points up on the board. Right.
Triton has to score before the half. High snap, ball's up. Looked like it might have been tipped a little bit, but still makes it over the uprights. And that'll be 14-0. So, yeah, you're right. Ipswich comes back with the ball in the second half, so Triton has to score here.
Yeah, they really
absolutely have to score, even if it's just a field goal. As the time's running out, they got to put some points on the board.
Yeah, just to get them some momentum. They've been working hard, but passes haven't been caught, tackles haven't been made.
So they had the first possession they didn't do enough with it. Second possession, they bring it all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Third possession, after just playing great defense, they really couldn't move the ball. They had really good field position and couldn't get enough with it. And now we're looking at their 4th possession of the game. They're trailing by 2 touchdowns. They got to make something happen here. So Tremblay, Colby, and probably Rivera back to receive this kick.
It's been going to Rivera every time.
It has been, yeah. The kid sort of hit a line drive bouncer last time. This time it's nice and cleanly in the air. It's going to be Rivera again. Scoop it up, look for some blocking. Gets a couple good blocks, gets a little bit of a hold. Gets all the way out to about the 38.
Dan Rivera on the return.
Kid's a good return. I mean, where else is he playing? I haven't seen him that much in the rest of the offense.
I think he's the backup running back also. Haven't seen him out there yet, though.
Yeah, having a good game. Just in that. Unfortunately, he's having a good game because they're kicking the ball to him a lot. So actually, let's see less of that for the rest of this game. Except coming out of the half, we know we'll see that. So Triton comes out. Their normal offensive set. Colby on the far left. Jared on the far right. Tremblay offset left. There's the snap. He's looking for Colby the whole time. Beautiful pass right out to him. Can't break the tackle, but he picks up 6-7 yards on that play.
Second reception of the night.
And probably the 4th or 5th completion for Triton. I know there was a stretch of 3 in a row there. It was his 5th completion of the night. I feel like we have to say stats brought to you by Eric Hundren like every single time. There should be like a little promotional thing that rolls across the bottom of the screen. Here we go. Here's the snap. He's going to look to pat. No, he's passing again. I got fooled on that one. Tremblay with the ball. Gain of about 2 or 3 on that. And we're just going to have to pick a play, decide that's when he topped 500 yards because we don't know. So we'll just pick a play. When he gets a really good run, makes another little spin move, we're going to declare that the play that he breaks 500 yards.
What was he at? How many yards going in?
He was at 92 carries. 92 carries and 449 yards coming into this game. Here's the snap. Turn. Another handoff to Tremblay. This time he gets taken down really quickly.
Looks like he tripped over his own 2 feet there.
Yeah. It's going to be 4th. And this is a tough spot now. You don't want to give that ball back to them in this, on the other side of midfield.
Timeout Ipswich.
On the other hand, you don't want to give them a lot of time left. Yeah, this is tough. Tough call here for the coach. So Ryan McCarthy in his second year as the head coach, Triton football, also a Triton baseball coach, and he was the assistant. I think he was the head assistant coach or whatever that title is under the previous head coach. What was the previous? Sheehan. Coach Sheehan. He was also a teacher here at Triton, right?
So math teacher.
Did you have him in for math? You did,
I
right?
had freshman year I had him.
So he was a really good football coach. Was he a really good teacher as well?
Yeah, he was definitely a jokester, but he was a really good teacher. Really into sports and all of that. He made things interesting, I guess you could say.
That's good. That's good. That's what you want from a teacher in high school. So that and maybe learn a few things too. So
it's always good.
Triton going to have to punt. So Tremblay back. No, not Tremblay back. Who's back there for the punt? Not
Rivera?
sure. And they got to call timeout again. So that's back-to-back timeouts by Triton.
Timeout.
Because they couldn't get set in the right formation, and that's unfortunate. So, unfortunately, I'm going to say that's a play they probably have run more than a few times, unless they were trying to do a fake, in which case you kind of blew that now because sort of gave away that you were trying to do something different. So we'll see what happens here. Ipswich now has to be just set up. Not even, I mean, Ipswich probably isn't going to rush the punter. Just, drop back and make sure they don't do anything crazy to try and pick up this first down. It's only, it's fourth and 4. It's not that far. You just don't want to give them the ball on the wrong side of the 50.
I have a feeling they're going to do something different here.
Here's the snap. And the punt's off. Decent punt. Going to come down all the way around the 20-yard line. Fielded cleanly by Ipswich. Coming all the way out to his left. He's got a lot of room to run. Quentin McHale getting blocked. Can't get around on him. And misses a tackle. And then two Triton players go right into each other and knock each other down. And Ipswich is still on his feet. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. All the way in for a touchdown. And just like that, the momentum just completely swings in Ipswich's favor. Already up by 2 touchdowns. An incredible punt return. He went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field, and he ends up scoring the touchdown on the right side of the end zone after a couple of great blocks to their credit, and then it looked like 2 Triton kids just ran into each other. And really, really, that hurts.
That was brutal.
That hurts.
It was a really decent punt, deep in their own territory. I just don't know how they didn't get to wrap them up, but Ipswich definitely has some really strong blockers.
They did. They got the credit to their blocking, and I do think there was a point where Triton had a chance to get him, and then there was a collision, and it looked like it was a collision on the carrier, the ball carrier, who was number 12. That was Cam James. Up, and that one's good as well. So now it's 21-0 with 2 minutes left in this game, or I'm sorry, in this half.
Jeez.
Let's not call the game already. So it's Triton going to get the ball again. Triton going to have to do something again. They were basically a 3-and-out and punting on that, and that was painful.
Hail Mary is what they need here now.
Just start right off.
They just need a touchdown,
right
something. They need something.
Or run back. Rivera's had some decent run backs. Let's see him break one out. A little special teams action here would be nice. Schultz getting some advice there from the quarterback's coach.
Get them while they're hot.
Yeah, they're going to have to start airing the ball out. I mean, down 21-0. Or no, 20-0. They're not showing. I don't know. That looked good. I thought they should signal it was good.
I thought the refs called that.
Right, so I think the scoreboard is just off down that end. So kicking off again, same trio back there to get it. And I'm going to guess it's going to go to Rivera because it always has. Very short kick. And Quentin McHale calls for it. Fair catch. Nice play by him. Nice smart play, too. You don't want to fool around with that. And when it's that short of a kick, you know the guys are going to be, the defenders are going to be on top of you really fast. All right, Hail Mary time?
I'd say so.
We were calling that for the first play of the game, too, though.
I mean, if they're going to do it, now's the time. They need to.
So the fans, looking excited? I'm not sure. The fans just kind of looking at this game. Not getting fired up, not cheering their team on well enough. Nice look at Ben. There we go. He's going to watch this game later and be a little embarrassed. It's probably a good thing. All right. Schultz is back in the gun. Tremblay to his right. 4 receivers heading out. And he's going to throw it out short to Tremblay in the flat. He's going to keep digging and keep digging. And get all the way up. You get about 6-7 yards on that play. Number 27 on Ipswich finally makes the tackle. David Lonergan.
Ty Schultz to Ethan Tremblay. 2nd down.
And the clock stopped on that. I'm not sure if it stopped.
I think Tremblay was able to get
He
the ball
was able
out
to
of
get out of
bounds.
bounds? All right. I was looking at more how far did he get. So 7 yards on that, so it's 2nd and about 3. Drop back to pass again, and that's another completion. Did he pull it in? No, they're saying he didn't catch that. No, they're saying he did catch it.
Ty Schultz to JJ
Which one is it?
First
Yeah.
down, Triton.
That ref closest to us was definitely signaling that ball was not caught, but looks like Leonard did catch it. And that's 2 quick completions in a row, and with a minute 26, Triton's starting to move quickly. Going 4 receivers out. There's another pass a little bit high. Unfortunately, couldn't get to him. Quentin McHale looking for the ball. Or no, sorry, Chris Colby looking for the ball, thinking he was open. 2nd down now. And 10 with a minute 19. So they've gone to this 4 receiver set and pulling Tremblay out of the backfield. So that offensive line better hold up, because that's if Ipswich brings a heavier rush, Triton's going to be in a lot of trouble. They are in a 4 receiver set with the running back off to the left. Here's the snap. Here's the rush. Here's the throw. Caught on the sideline by McHale. Steps out of bounds. 1st down. Excellent play by him. Sophomore, right, that kid?
Ty Schultz to Quentin
Yeah,
McHale.
sophomore. That was a
Sophomore.
smart move to get out of bounds.
Really
Triton
smart
only
move.
has 1
Line
timeout
on the
left.
play.
Good player. Well done. 1st down. And now the ref's having a discussion about something. I'm not sure what. I didn't see a flag come out. Not sure why there's such a big conversation. So Triton's moving the ball well now. I like this 4 receiver set, in part because I think
Unnecessary roughness penalty.
oh, there we go. There was a flag on the
Perfect.
play.
That's exactly what we needed.
At the end of the run.
Nice little addition of 15 more yards. And I don't know where that happened on the field, because that was the catch that McHale just made, and he caught it and he ended up stepping out of bounds. So wherever the unnecessary roughness was, it was away from the play, which is even worse on the part of Ipswich. I mean, to make a play away from the ball and have a penalty come on you.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, they're already up 21-0.
Yeah.
Play it safe.
Yep. And so looks like there's going to be probably a false start on the offense. Yep. Not sure who moved, but somebody did. They're going to have to back it up 5. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. When you're this close to the end zone, a little bit of extra space where you can get your receivers going, that's not such a bad thing.
Yeah, a lofted ball up there would be nice.
So 4 receiver set. Tremblay offset on his left hip. Here's the snap. Colby's on the far left. He's looking for him right away. Steps up through the pocket, gets tripped up, but gets out of it. He's going to run. He's got to get to the sideline, and he does. Nicely done. Nicely done by Schultz. Gains a bunch of yards, stops the clock at 1 minute and 1 second to left.
On the carry.
Awesome job by the offensive line to really hold off Ipswich there. Schultz had time in the pocket, and then he had a gap or two
He
to
had
go through.
enough of a gap to go through, and got about an 8-yard gain on that. It's fantastic. He's a decent runner. He's not, when he gets in some space. And it looked like he was tripped up for a second, came away with it. So here we go. Here's Schultz again, takes a snap. Again, looking to Colby. And this time he's throwing to Colby, and it's a drop. Wouldn't have been a first down anyway. Again, he kind of curled that pass pattern in, that route pattern. He came in, and it wouldn't have been a first down, but would have been good for him to catch it, though.
Yeah, Colby should have caught that.
Is that what his sister says?
Yep, it was right in his hands.
So we got a 3rd down now, 3rd and about 8, and at this point you're playing for the end zone here with 55 seconds to go. 4 receivers out again. Nice snap, plenty of time. Throws it right over the middle. That time, yeah. There's going to be a pass interference. Should be pass interference on Ipswich. Looked like our receiver was tackled. 27. Cam Paquette was tackled as he was going for the ball. Although it almost looked like an uncatchable throw. I mean, it was sort of thrown into the dirt, into the turf.
Hey, we'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll see what they call. Pass interference on the defense. Half the distance to the goal and a first down.
Pass interference on the play. First down, Triton.
Here we go, Triton. 48 seconds, chance to punch this in, go into the halftime with a little bit better position coming into the second half, but they got to score here. They've been in this position
before. First down and goal from the 9-yard line.
They've been here before, and that's going to be a timeout. Timeout Triton. Their last timeout, if we're reading the board correct. No, they might. Yeah,
I believe that's their third.
It's their last timeout. Yeah. So what are they going to do? So they've moved the ball down the field now entirely through the air. I mean, I don't know how many pass plays they've had now. We'll get that in a second, but it's been this entire drive feels like it's just been pass, except for the one run where Schultz had to run it coming out of the pocket. So what do you do here? Do you go back to the run? Do you stick with the pass?
Run pass option, maybe?
Run pass option.
The Triton student section.
Flea flicker, something.
I wouldn't doubt that Tremblay could probably throw the ball pretty well. So, yeah. Or a wide receiver end around. All sorts of options here. But probably the best thing to do is spread it out with those 4 receivers, which they're actually not doing. They got McHale back and they're going to run it off tackle to the right. Tremblay's going to spin, get tripped up, get held up, and get tackled right at about probably the 1 or 2 yard line.
It's close. QB sneak, we need it.
So that time they actually brought McHale back into the backfield and lined him up there as well. So they must have more timeouts.
My bad, they must have. Thought they called like a double timeout or something.
That's their third, okay. All right. I swear this happens every year that we just totally lose track of how many timeouts there are. It seems like there's so many. Yeah.
Second and goal from the 3.
So they're knocking on the door. They got to score. They got time, 34 seconds. It's not like they're going to run out of clock here trying to get it in the end zone. And my money would be to go off tackle right again. They seem to, they get 3 yards every time with that play. So they just need to run that play again. Understanding that Ipswich is going to, crowd the line and crowd the box, but there's no reason why they can't run that. I mean, their offensive line has been able to push the ball pretty well on the run play, so that's what they need to do right here. That said, they're probably going to throw it to Chris Colby in the back of the end zone. So Schultz again has Tremblay left, McHale right. Here's the snap. He's going to give it to him right there, and he's going to walk it into a touchdown. Fantastic. And now the fans have got something to get crazy about. Fantastic.
It's like there was an earthquake there. Everything started shaking.
So Ethan Tremblay takes it 3 yards for the score, and that's what we're going to call his 500th yard. So there he goes. I don't know how many carries he's got. Well over 100 now, but 500 yards on the season. Tremblay, nice job. Nice job by McCarthy, too, to stick with what was working, run the ball off center or off tackle to the right. Good play, good all the way around.
We have Noah Tillman kicking right now. He's a freshman.
Good snap, good placement, and the kick is no good. Just off to the left. That's tough. That is the least rewarded job in high school football is the place kicker. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody likes it, and no coach is going to say, hey, you can make that 50-yard field goal for us, so it just doesn't happen. But Triton is on the scoreboard. That's all we wanted going into the halftime, so it's fantastic. And a good drive, like a solid drive, and hopefully they come out in the second half and run a lot more of that 4-receiver offense and, force Ipswich to try and keep up with them. Sorry, go ahead.
No, if Ipswich doesn't score on their first drive in the second half, then Triton has the opportunity to get right back in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you take away the return, you take away that punt return for a touchdown, and it's a 14-6 game. So they just need to make some luck for themselves, make something happen out there.
Colby kicking off now.
Does he like kicking off? He better. He's about to. So. Decent kick. Short's going to come down to about the 35. And he's going to run it all the way to his right side. He's going to break one tackle. He's going to take on Colby and one other player out there, I think number 20, Dan Rivera for Triton. But a decent return from about the 35 all the way down to the other 35 or so. So nice little run back by Ipswich, and they put themselves in position to do something with 15 seconds left. Maybe.
Deep pass.
Take one shot and then you kneel on the ball if it doesn't go. If you're Ipswich, I think.
1st and 10 for the 35.
You know you're getting the ball back at the start of the second half. You know you have a chance here to be smart. Let's see what they set up with. They go with the standard offense, a receiver right, a receiver left. Kind of that semi-heavy package they run a couple of times. Motion to the left. Quarterback's gonna keep it the whole way. Just a big old sweep. He's gonna get out of bounds after a gain of nothing, I don't think. Maybe 2 yards. Maybe 4. All right.
7 seconds left.
7 seconds left. Yeah, that took a long time.
Yeah.
9-second play. I mean, if it had broke, great, but, you know, that's a lot of time to run off the clock, running the ball to the strong side on a quarterback sweep. This kid, though, number 12, Cam James, he's having a good game. Got to give it to him. He's the kid that ran that punt return all the way back.
Yeah.
He's been their offense. Same set, under center, motion right. He's going to look back. He's actually going to try and chuck the ball up, and he's got a guy, and he bounces it right in front of him. Skips the ball on the turf in front of his receiver.
2 seconds left in the first half.
Now, if I'm Ipswich, I kneel on the ball. Because
You never know what can happen. Interception if they try to throw it, fumble.
don't know what can happen. A lot of bad things can go wrong. You just go into the halftime with a nice, comfortable lead and knowing you're getting the ball back. But looks like they believe they can run something here, so they will. Triton in pretty much a prevent defense at this point. They got 4 defensive backs back there. He's going to drop back to pass. Good rush. And it looked like it was a little bubble screen in the middle, and it just went for nothing.
Halftime.
Strange call.
50 raffle ticket.
Didn't really work out for
Right
them.
over by the concession
Good for us.
stand Where everything is $2.
So Triton's going to go into halftime now, trailing. Oh. A couple of the cheerleaders right into the camera trying to talk.
Hopefully they know that we can't hear them.
I guess not. Trying to lip read, but we couldn't get it. No, so they're down 4. We think they're down 15.
Yes. Yeah.
They're apparently down 14 according to that scoreboard, but I do think it's 21. And they, you know, there were moments where Triton looked really, really good. And then there were moments where they just gave up big plays. And if they can just avoid giving up the big plays, the big first completion, the big run by the quarterback, and then the big punt return. And other than that, they really have played pretty well. I mean, Triton's defense has held up okay.
Yeah, having Schultz in the pocket, be able to stay in the pocket and really have that hurry offense.
Yep.
He had like 3 or 4 passes in a row that really helped them get some extra yardage when they scored that touchdown. But we need more of that. He
got into a good rhythm. I mean, that last drive, I mean, I know there were some incompletions and a couple of drop passes, but he definitely got into a rhythm. And I like that 4 receiver set, so hopefully they'll come back out with that in the second half early on. So.
Yeah.
So we got the band setting up now. Are they doing this? I think they're doing something different for the first time.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. And we didn't line up any halftime interviews, unfortunately. So we talked to the Viking, who's around here somewhere, but I'm not sure where he went. But a good crowd tonight. I mean, as it turns out, you know, and decent number in student section, so it's not bad at all. So I think we'll watch the band here for a second and see how they do. The last time we talked to the AD, that was during halftime. Was that during halftime?
Yeah, that was during halftime last time.
I think we'll go ahead and talk about him. He's around here somewhere. I think he was a bit nervous. And I think it wasn't until halfway through that he realized it's not live.
Yeah.
That he could just settle down. But that was good. Now, he has been at a lot of your games, your soccer your soccer matches. I know he was there last night. I don't know if he was at senior night. But I think he did he did really well, or he's done really well, coming in. I mean, McGinnis, it's big shoes to fill, but I think he's been a presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It's nice having him, the trainer there, both cheering us on, and then we're posted on Twitter a lot more than we used to. So getting some extra coverage, which is always nice.
That's always good. It's always good. Yeah, and it's nice to see. Like, I know the youth programs is something he's interested in. We talked about that last time, so hopefully we'll see that continue to go, and they'll continue to grow on that. Yeah, why don't we let the band play? We'll take a little break here, give ourselves a chance to hydrate, and we'll be back before the second half starts.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field your Triton Viking Marching Band. We have our state finals on Sunday, so we've got the whole formal look for you tonight. We have our show, which is music from Mamma Mia. The band is led on the field by drum majors Caroline Jacobs and Anthony Marignello, and color guard captains Marcella Hubbard-Brucker and Renee Esper. We hope you enjoy the show. marching band. Thank you so much. Glad to see everybody out tonight, and good luck to our football teams in the second half.
All right, a few minutes left until the half is going to be over. We just got to watch the marching band come out here. That was pretty good.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia. It's good stuff. So Mr. Gunner put together the stats for us, and the crazy thing that jumped out at me, Triton ran 33 plays in the first half, which sounds about right. Ipswich only ran 16.
Wow.
And so they have a 2-touchdown lead despite having run half the number of plays.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. So they had that one big punt return, so that's one of the scores. And then it's just a lot of big plays. Every time they've gained yardage, they've gained a lot of yardage. And that's been the problem. They only had a total of 4 first downs in the first half as well, which again seems crazy based on the way it went. Triton actually had more first downs with 6. They ran the ball. They had more total plays by a lot. Unfortunately, they turned the ball over twice on downs. No turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles, but turning the ball over twice on downs, including once when they were inside the 5-yard line.
That's crazy.
That's what's got to hurt. So otherwise, a pretty evenly matched game and a pretty balanced offense by both offenses out there. Triton's been running the ball a little bit more than they're passing the ball, but then we saw at the end of the half, they're passing the ball like crazy. So what do you want to see them come out and do in the other than score and win this game? How are they going to come out and score and win this game in the second half?
I think that they definitely need to incorporate more passing. Like you said, with the spread of wide receivers, that could really help. Schultz has plenty of time in the pocket. The offensive line is really holding off Ipswich, which is huge because Ipswich has some really huge defensive linemen.
Some big kids, yeah. They have some big kids.
Yeah,
I can think of one play where the kid came in untouched and hurried up Schultz, but he didn't get the sack. It was just a hurry up. So I think they only had 1 sack the entire first half. So throw the ball more, go to that 4-receiver set.
And capitalize on those few opportunities that they have had. If they had scored that touchdown when they were within the 5-yard line, it would have been a completely different story.
Right. It's a very different game. If they score that touchdown, it's potentially tied at 14 apiece. And they also need to create some of their own luck. I mean, neither team has really had other than the one punt return, neither team has had sort of a back-breaking kind of play or a fumble or an interception or anything like that. So Triton's got to come out and make something happen for themselves.
Yes, definitely.
We'll see. And what else? I mean, of course, you want to see your brother catch a couple of touchdown passes. That would be fun.
That's a plus, yes.
That would be good times. We'd certainly enjoy that. And then, of course, they also need to get ready for Thanksgiving because that is a big game. I know it doesn't sort of count in the standings. And they may go to the playoffs. We don't know exactly where they stand in terms of the playoffs right now. They were higher ranked than actually Amesbury, who came in here and beat them.
Yes.
So I don't know if they're going to be able to make the playoffs even with that loss to Amesbury if they somehow get in. I don't know if you remember this last year, but they had no wins and they still went to the playoffs. National news, which is a little embarrassing, but hopefully that won't be the case this year. They'll earn their way in with a win tonight. And then if they do have some playoff games, great, but then we look forward to, of course, Thanksgiving. So, well, some of us do. Some of us who have been to the Thanksgiving game.
I mean, I will be there this year because Chris will be playing, but
you'll have to
it's going to be a chilly one.
Yeah. It's nice, too. I mean, you do still get a lot of the usually the most recent graduates still come back for the game, so that's always fun. And the scoreboard's finally fixed now. Did you go up and give them the word? So I think it's possible that Eric Gunter went up and gave the word to the scoreboard operator and said, hey, it's a 21, not a 20. So that looks good on that scoreboard. And we're set to go. Triton's back out on the field. Referees are ready. Again, a beautiful night. They got super lucky for this. When we interviewed the AD in the halftime of the last game 3 weeks ago, my legs were shivering. It was so
my
cold.
whole body was shivering. I think my
crazy.
lips are like purple, like
it's crazy,
teeth chattering. It's not fun, especially the end of the second half where we kind of knew what the outcome was going to be like, and the wind. Not fun.
Right. We could feel it the whole time. The end of the second half, actually, that's when the other team, who were they playing? I don't remember now. Was it Masco?
And when we were here, it was Amesbury.
Yeah. When they put in basically their second team and let Triton score, but that part was fun. It was fun to watch. It was good. It was more exciting. But yeah, it was brutally cold out here. So I did talk to Kyle O'Doy yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't remember when. Must have been 2 days ago about coming up for an interview after the game. So hopefully he'll remember that afterwards. Talk to him about how his injury is coming along, whether or not he's going to be ready for the Thanksgiving Day game. And more importantly, is he going to be ready for basketball?
Yes, definitely.
And we're looking forward to basketball. You're going to call the games, right?
Yeah.
The girls' games.
I'll have a little bit more time this year with track right after school and a few meets, I guess you could say. So.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. Should be good seasons all the way around. Both teams are returning a lot of players this year, and that's always good for the program. So should be good. We're already looking forward to basketball. Football's not over. We got one really good half coming up. I got a good feeling that this is going to be an exciting one. I mean, they played so well in that last series. So let's see them come out and play some tight defense to start things off. And remember, the last kickoff that Triton did, the only kickoff they did, the kid caught it about the 35 and ran it to the other 35. So they need to be a little bit tighter on the special teams here. Come out and stop them and put them in, make them earn it at least. Get down that field. So here we go. Second half about to start. 21-6. Chris Colby going to do the honors of kicking off to Ipswich. The crowd starting to get itself back together here. I'm ready for this half. So here we go. 24 minutes of football left in the season right here. Decent kick all the way down to, again, about the 35. Scooped up by number 12. Breaks one tackle, breaks two tackles. Can't break the third and fourth tackle, though, and he's brought down again right at about the 35, just inside the 40-yard line. Decent little run back by number 12, who's now going to play quarterback for Ipswich.
Number 12 does a little bit of everything for Ipswich.
Yeah. I don't know if he's been playing on defense. To be honest, I haven't noticed that yet, but we'll have to keep an eye out for that in the second half. So Ipswich going to start with the ball at about the 36-yard line maybe. And towards the end of that second half, they came out in sort of a heavyish kind of set, and it looks like that's what they're in again. No wide receivers out. 3 running backs in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Motion to the right, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to pitch to the right, cut back, breaks one tackle, breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet, gets by another tackle. Colby with a chance to take him down before he gets in the end zone, and he's going to hold him out just at about the 1-yard line, it looks like.
Looks like they almost got the quarterback on that, and then he just pitched it right off.
Good timing on the pitch, great cutback on the part of that running back. And again, it's big yardage plays. We talked about it during the halftime that when they do get a play for positive yards, it's a lot of yards. So again, they just picked up. They needed 38 yards to get in the end zone. They got 37. Motion to the right again, and this time it's a hand up right up the middle, and it looks like he's going to be in for the score. So Ipswich comes out, and in 1 minute, in 2 plays, 2 snaps, both running plays, they bring the ball all the way down the field and score a touchdown. So we talked about how Triton needed to make sure they got a score before the end of the half. They kind of also needed to get a stop starting off the second half, and unfortunately they didn't get it. And that was really fast and really painful.
It's actually crazy how fast they got the ball down the field and scored.
And the run back was solid, and then 2 plays later, and they're in. Here's the kick, and that looks good. 28-6 now.
Support is good.
I guess on the plus side, Triton gets the ball back, and they get to do something now.
Ipswich has a decent kicker. I believe he's 4 for 4 on those extra points, and it's not bad on the kicks.
Yeah. But again, it is the loneliest and the least thankful job on the high school football team. So, they're talking about in the NFL. They're talking about trying to bring in some of the women pro soccer kickers.
That would be awesome.
There's a couple that have done tryouts and everything. So that would be really cool. Really cool to see. Any kind of consistency at that level is exactly what you want. So, Triton with the usual Rivera, Tremblay and Colby back to receive this kick. Last time it was that sort of high, short one right to Quentin McHale, who pulled it down, called the fair catch. We'll see what happens here. This kid always puts it to the left side, his left side. And he does it again.
Nice driven kick.
And this one's going to be picked up by Tremblay this time. He's going to cut it back into the middle, get some blocks, get some more blocks, to finally get taken down right at about the 35-yard line.
Ethan Tremblay on the return.
So here comes Triton's offense, and we'll know right away what McCarthy is thinking, because is he going to go to the 4-receiver set? Is he going to stay with the standard offense? What are they going to come out with?
I think they need to go with the 4 receivers, spread out wide. They need yardage quick. Ipswich was able to drive down the ball in less than a minute.
2 plays.
Yeah. Could be that simple for us, too.
It could be, yeah, it could be. I mean, they can do it, we can do it, right? Looks like they're coming out with the standard offense, what I can see. 3-receiver set to hand off to Tremblay on the left side. Going to get really nowhere, maybe a yard at the most, before he's taken down by number 84 on Ipswich, who's a big kid, 84. Is that kid a senior by any chance? We're not going to have to see him anymore? Oh, and he's not even on our roster. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong roster. 84 is just a junior. He plays on that sort of that right tackle position, or right end position for Ipswich, and he's made a bunch of tackles tonight. So Triton now with McHale back again. This is sort of the heavy set that they've run a couple of times. It's a handoff to Tremblay, cutting to the right side. Spun around, tackled. Gain of, again, about maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and long.
They need to do something other than just run it.
So Triton comes out, and instead of the 4-receiver set, they go with 2 run plays to the right side for Tremblay. And now it looks like they're going to go to the 4 receivers. Mm-hmm. And here we go. McHale way out here on the far right with Leonard next to him. Colby on the far left. Tremblay back for pass blocking. And it's going to be a little bit of pressure up the middle. Quick pass to Tremblay. Rolled out. Really didn't even have time. If he had caught that, he would have just been taken out. And that was an unfortunate series right there. A 3 and out by the looks of it. They really didn't get anything going on offense. And you can hear it in the crowd, which is completely died down.
Yeah.
So.
The crowd wants the fake punt pass.
Yeah.
They want something to cheer for.
Yep. Direct snap to Tremblay. Tremblay can toss that ball to McHale maybe. He's still on the field. But it looks like it's going to be a straight up punt, and a decent one. All the way down to about, again, the 35. It's like the magic spot for Triton tonight. That thing dies right at the 30-yard line.
Dylan Watson with a nice punt.
Very nice punt by what was that?
Dylan Watson?
Dylan Watson.
Yeah, sophomore.
Good for that kid. Yeah, he's got a lot of work tonight, but he's done well. All right, so here comes Ipswich's offense again. 2 plays for a touchdown last time. Let's hold them up this time. So looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, as it were. I know that Triton went to Newburyport for senior night for the Newburyport boys soccer team. They had a 6 o'clock start, and we're trying to find out whether or not they won that game, they being Triton. Handoff up the middle. Big hole, massive hole. Good hit, though, by, looks like it was probably Tremblay on the hit, just held on to his leg and brought him down. Kid had a lot of room to run, though.
Yeah, we're getting the word in now that Triton soccer did not win tonight.
Did not win, okay. That can happen.
Yeah, Newburyport's a tough matchup for soccer.
They are. Actually, a couple of years ago, last time the Triton boys made the playoffs, they clinched it at Newburyport.
Wow.
A 2-1 win, or 3-2 win at Newburyport. It's fantastic.
That must have been a heck of a game.
I heard all about it. I was on a plane.
Oh, jeez.
So they're backing it up. No, they're not backing up. Look for a second like there was a penalty. They're just huddling up, which they haven't done this entire half, or this entire game. So Ipswich shaking things up a little bit. Again, the really heavy set. 2 tight ends. Motion to the right. Fake pitch. Drops back to pass. Looks right over the middle, and it's intercepted. Chris Colby picks the ball off at about the 30-yard line. runs it across midfield. He's got a little bit more space, finally forced out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. That's exactly what we needed. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. That's fantastic. That's that big interception, the big turnover, first turnover of the game, and that's just awesome.
Huge momentum for Triton there.
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And that kid was open. I mean, Colby stepped up right at the right moment. I don't know if the quarterback didn't see the defender out there. I don't know how he couldn't, but the kid number, I think it was 84 that was out there for Ipswich on offense. We were talking about before, he's been making some tackles. And it was a good play-action play because they had that heavy set. But Colby with the interception, fantastic. So now Triton back into their heavy set with McHale and Tremblay back there. It's a handoff to Tremblay on the left side. He's going to get, again, 2-3 yards and get stuffed up and pushed back. So an excellent turnover. We need this. We need these kind of turnovers again and again and again.
Yeah, less than 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Triton has the ball in Ipswich's end. Hopefully they can capitalize. Got
some momentum going on now. Signals coming in from McCarthy on the sideline. And they're back into the 3-receiver set. Everybody, all his receivers to the right. He's going to look right, but no, he's going to hand off to Tremblay with a big hole on the left side. He's going to get a first down and a lot more. Spinning around, brings it all the way over the 30-yard line.
Ethan Tremblay on the carry. First down, Vikings!
So the Vikings moving the ball this time. 2 excellent plays off that interception by Colby, and some noise coming from the crowd. Things have picked up dramatically here. Fantastic. So first down for Triton, their first down of this half. And actually probably one of the first downs of the half period, because it's the way it's been. Here's a snap to Schultz, looks back, pump fakes once to his right, and he looks deep. He's got Colby, and it's tipped up, and it's number 12. It's the quarterback for Ipswich playing defense out there. It's the first time we've seen him on defense this whole game where we noticed him, and it's breaking up a pass that was intended for Chris Colby. Not quite enough on that pass by Schultz. He needs to lead him out a little bit more, but he had time to throw, which is good. Good job by the offensive line to give their quarterback some time to get that ball out. Do that again. Colby will catch it this time, right?
I hope so. Second down.
2nd and 10 now. 6:40 left in this quarter. He's got Leonard on his right in the slot, Colby on the far right. Here's a snap. He's going to drop back and look again. A lot of pressure that time. It's a screen to Tremblay. And Ipswich reads it. Ball's fumbled, comes out, but Triton recovers, and they might have called him down. I think they might have called him down before the
pass was incomplete.
Oh, they called it incomplete, even better.
Yeah, so there was no way I don't think he had possession of that. No. It was kind of tipped, but there was 3 Ipswich defenders surrounding him, so it's difficult to see there.
So excellent. So instead of a third and longer, it's now
they're
just
down
third
to 10
and 10
from the 26.
I'm talking on the sideline here. Taking a long time to get that play in. 3rd and 10 now. Got to pull something out that they've been saving. See what they can do. And again, that internal play clock's got to be running, because I really wish they had it on that scoreboard. It'd be really good to know, because it feels like at times they're coming right down to the wire. So now they got to call timeout. They started to get set up, and it looked like there was confusion among the wide receivers where they were supposed to be going. But that's a good timeout. You know, they need this. They cannot afford to have another 4th down. They got to get positive yardage here. At a minimum, get it down to a 4th and manageable. This is good. This is what we wanted, you know?
Yeah,
this
definitely.
That one interception changes the game so dramatically. Really turns it around.
Yeah, if they score here, it's a 2-touchdown game, which is huge.
And tons of time.
Plenty.
18 plus minutes left in this ball game. So McCarthy shaking his head. Hopefully he's got the right play in there now. Triton going to get set up. Colby out here on the far right. Leonard in the slot. Tremblay on the right hip. And they are back into that 4-receiver set again. It looks like Colby's actually on the far left. It's McHale on the far right. 4-receiver set. Enough time on a long drop back, but now he's got to scramble a little bit. He's got some room to run. He's going to get taken down from behind by the kid that couldn't quite get that catch earlier. So number 84 on
Ty Schultz on the carry.
Ipswich.
It's Nikhil Webb-Walker.
Nikhil Webb-Walker, who's the kid that the ball was intended for when it was picked off by Colby. Now he's the one that ends up coming around and making the tackle from behind on Schultz. And now we're at a 4th down, and they have to go for it at this point of the game. They're back in the 4-receiver set. It's the same look as last time. Leonard in the slot, McHale on the far right. Colby now on the slot on the left side. And this offensive line needs to give him a little bit more time. Leonard in motion to the left. Here's a snap. Going to have 3 receivers out there on that left side, and that's where he's going. Ball's up there and tipped away. Again, Colby didn't quite have a chance to get to it. Again, that would have been a little short of a first down, I think. So for the 3rd time tonight, I think, Triton is going to be turning the ball over on downs. Yeah, they had 2 of those in the first half. That's the 3rd one tonight. They only punted the ball twice in the first half. Felt like more than that.
Certainly did.
So Ipswich's offense, first time out in this half, flew down the field. Second time was the big interception. The Viking behind us now, trying to get the crowd fired up, wandering onto the Ipswich side of the crowd. We'll see what happens here. All right. Ipswich over the ball in the heavy set again. Motion right. He's just going to run it right up the middle. There's a keeper right up the middle and a lot of room to run. Finally stopped up. So that was, again, about a 14-yard gain on that on first down.
Cole Terry on the carry. First down.
Big play right up the middle. Triton's defense has been, it's been like a yin-yang kind of defense. Like sometimes they look great and they're stopping them and they feel fantastic, and other times it seems like they're giving up these huge chunks of yards. That the defensive line just hasn't quite been able to figure it out tonight. They're hot and cold on every other play. Again in the heavy set for Ipswich. Here's the snap. And he's going to bring it to the left side. It's getting a little bit of room. McHale gets the first hit. And it looked like number 4, Charles Takazian, takes him down as well. So Takazian playing linebacker, and it looks like McHale playing either defensive end or linebacker. Leonard's out there at linebacker as well.
Quinn McHale on the tackle.
And number 50. Who's 50? Barry Nangle playing up on the line. So 2nd and short now for Ipswich in the heavy set. Motion to the right. And he's going to get hit right as he throws it. The ball's loose, but number 2 is able to pick it up, and they swarm him in the backfield. That's fantastic.
Was a huge play by Triton. Was it number 62 that knocked that ball loose?
I think it was, yep. 62 on Triton, got in there right away, read that thing.
That's freshman Ashton Watson.
Fantastic. Great play by Ashton, and that was another big play that we needed, because it just went from a very manageable 2nd and 2 to a really long 3rd and 10. And that quarterback got hit pretty good. And you said the last time they ran that play with the pitch that the quarterback, you thought they were going to get to the quarterback, and he got it away right at the last.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get it away that time.
Nope, certainly not. Triton read that perfectly.
So 3rd and long now, and this is where it's been dangerous for Triton. Not just 3rd and long, just this every time they need a lot of yardage, they seem to get a lot of yardage. Not sure what's going on. We're running the clock. So Ipswich now with 2 receivers. He's going to drop back, look to his right. It's going to throw. Ball's tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. And good read by Tremblay, because once that ball is tipped, there's no more pass interference or anything. You can knock a guy over once the ball's been tipped, and that's what happened there.
I think that actually was a complete pass.
Get out. What?
That was pretty wild, though, that catch.
I can't believe the kid caught that. Oh, my God.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
And then
on
they're going to
4th
go
down.
for it. So they somehow come up with a catch there. It would look like it had been tipped and knocked down. And then that's... No. It's got to be on... Tell me it's not on Triton. Yep, it's going to be on Triton. Should be short of a first down. It's going to be close, but not quite. Nope, short of a first down.
A lot more manageable now.
I'm not sure how they jump like that, because number 2 started in motion and then he stopped. Which I guess you can do. Definitely drew Triton off sides.
just stinks because they did all that work to knock the ball loose, play strong pass coverage and stuff like that, and then now they just
And now it's going to be 4th and 1. Yep, and it's going to go right up the middle, and it's going to be easy for a first down. So they're making them work for it, but they're also draining a lot of time off this clock. We're now under 2 minutes in the third quarter. And right when it seemed like Triton had a lot of time, felt like it was 6 minutes. Well, I guess that was 4 minutes ago, but it wasn't that long ago. And now all of a sudden we're down under a minute and a half in this quarter, and a 1st and 10 now for Ipswich. Motion left. Here's the snap. Hands it up. No, he keeps it. There's the pitch. Triton reads it again. Gang tackled. Gain of 1 or 2 maybe on that one. McHale again on the tackle. Ty Schultz on the tackle.
Chase Huntley on the run.
And somebody slow getting up for Triton. Not looking so good. I think that might be Paquette, number 20. No, Rivera. Rivera has to come off. And number 60 comes in for him. So sophomore, was it Lewis Bolin? So Bolin in for Rivera. And a 2nd and about 7 now for Ipswich. On the Tritons, call it the 35-yard line. Timeout Ipswich.
Timeout Ipswich.
So that's frustrating. They read the option play and went from a 2nd and manageable 3 to a 3rd and long, and then I don't know what happened on that play. I mean, that ball was tipped and Tremblay hit the kid, and how he made that catch, I don't know.
Lucky, I guess.
Really lucky, and that made all the difference. All of a sudden they're right back up there again, and then the false or the offsides on Triton, and only the 3rd penalty maybe on Triton in this entire game. They had 2 offensive penalties in the first half, so really, only the 3rd flag on Triton. And Ipswich had at least 3 flags in the first half. So here they come out with a 3rd. No, is it 3rd? Yeah, 3rd and long. Ipswich with the ball on the Triton 35-yard line. One receiver out to the right. He's going to run with it to the left. There's another pitch.
There's that pitch.
Number 2 with the ball, and he's got a lot of room to run. He gets the first down. He gets more. Looks like he could be all the way in, and he is. And that's another touchdown for the Ipswich Tigers on another pitch play, another run to the right side. Well done by Ipswich, and Triton just could not catch up around the corner on that. Could not catch up.
That play is dangerous for Triton. Or for Ipswich is. I don't know what I'm saying, but they really run that well. It's dangerous. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's dangerous for everybody.
Yes.
Dangerous for everybody, including the announcers.
It's a powerful play.
Including the announcers. So the line up for the extra point. He's 4 for 4 tonight. Let's see if he goes 5 for 5. Snaps good, holds good, kicks good. Yes, it is. Right straight down the middle. So when they go back and watch the tape, what's happening on that right side or the left side of the Triton defense? That the pitch, somehow those runs to that left side are just, it seems to be killing the Triton defense. They're not getting over there. And then there's been a couple times, like actually I think the last one that was a big play like that, the quarterback pitched it, the kid caught it, and he was moving to his right, and he just made just the right cutback and came back to the middle of the field. And so Triton's defense on the left side, both of the line and in the linebackers and then the defensive backs are just not adjusting quick enough to whatever's happening on that side of the play. So yeah, they've run that play, it seems like 4 or 5 times tonight for big yards every time.
Yeah. Also, Ipswich is blocking them really well. They have some big guys out there.
Yeah, and they've been called for holds a couple times, but they've adjusted and they're playing a really good game. So it's 35-6 now with 32 seconds left in the third quarter. And there's a kick right to McHale again, calls a fair catch again and drops it, but he's on top of it. That's all right. So it'll be at the 30-yard line for Triton now. And they have got to make something happen. They got to put some points up on the board. They got to look good for the next 12 minutes and 32 seconds. So looking to see who they're coming out with. I see Leonard and, yeah, so it looks like we're in the 3-receiver set, but with McHale in the back. No, McHale at the tight end position again. Tremblay on the left hip of Schultz. He's going to hand it to him, coming to the right side. Not a lot of room to run, picks up a few yards. It's been their go-to play all night. And that's why Tremblay's got over 500 yards in this season, is because they go to him a lot. 92 carries coming into this game. He's going to be at 120 by the time this game's over.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, they ran the ball 20 times. Triton did in the first half. And you got to figure out of those 20, 18 of them were Tremblay. Timeout now. Timeout now, either Ipswich or Triton. I didn't see it. Oh, no. Was that a penalty? Oh, no. End of the quarter. messes
us up every time.
We're having an absolutely professional night tonight. We can't keep track of the clock. Everything's throwing us all off. I think it's that dangerous play from Ipswich that just messing us up.
Yep.
It's messing us up. So that's the end of the third quarter, and we're heading into the fourth. 12 more minutes of play for Triton Vikings here at home in this season, although they do get the Thanksgiving Day here at home, which will be nice. This team's got to come out and put something up on the board, get some positive momentum going into the end of this. Second and long. Got to come out with that 4-receiver set. Start just tossing the ball. And Ipswich does look good. I'll give them credit. I mean, that's a team that, they've run the ball well, thrown the ball well. One interception, a couple of bad plays tonight, but really not many bad plays. So 2 guys back with him, and he's going to hand it off to. He's going to hand it off on the right side.
Tremblay on the carry.
Tremblay, who's going to almost get a first down on that. And I don't know how much of a hurry-up offense Triton can run, but this would be the time to start running it.
Yes.
Still looking for the play coming in, so it's taken like 10 seconds to get a play in, and more than that before they finally get the snap.
Run audible at this point.
Yeah. Yep. Run backyard football at this point. Go to the line, I'm going to throw it to you. Get open. Oh, that kid had to have come across. Yep.
It's good.
Flag on the play.
65 on Ipswich is going to give Triton a first down.
Offside, Ipswich. First down, Triton.
So another first down for Triton, but another first down is not the same as scoring another touchdown, so they got to get down the field here. At this point of the game, we might be starting to see some of the Ipswich second-team defense out here. So we'll see if Triton can move on them, although I haven't seen that kind of change yet on the Ipswich side. Tremblay on the right hip. Here's the snap. He's going to look, and he's going to quarterback keeper. It's a draw, and it's not going to get anywhere. In fact, it's going to lose yardage. So Ipswich knew that was coming right from the snap.
Ty Schultz on the carry.
And that's a tough one for Schultz because you want to drop back, but on the other hand, you don't want to stay back there so long that they get swallowed up in the backfield. So he went pretty quickly into the run and didn't fool anybody, unfortunately. So now we got 3 receivers out to the left. McHale on the right. And Ty Schultz takes a snap. He's going to look to these receivers on his left. He's got a little bit of time. He's got to step up in the pocket. Got to scramble a little bit. 2 guys right on top of him, and a 3rd guy comes in, and he's down about back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's not a sack. He picks up positive
Ty
yards.
Schultz on the keeper.
But now it's 3rd and 10. All right, Miss Colby, what are they going to do to snap out of this?
I mean, it's 3rd and long now. They need to pass it. That Hail Mary would be nice. They need to score.
I've been calling for it all night. So.
Time is ticking. They're within 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. I mean, now's the time.
Yeah, give yourself a little extra max protect, keep Tremblay back in the backfield. Send Colby and maybe Leonard deep. Just let him run. He's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to throw a little screen play. Nice catch. He's going to get a first down on this. And a little bit more. He's going to keep going, breaks a tackle, and he's going to be all the way in for the touchdown, Triton. Ethan Tremblay on a little screen play out to the flat from Ty Schultz, and that's the score that we needed.
Awesome job by Tremblay. Now he's definitely over that 500-yard mark.
Great little pass and catch right there. Beautiful play by Trumley. He caught the ball looking back at his quarterback and turned and just put on the speed. That kid flew down the field.
Legs were churning.
For a kid that's been running this whole game to have that kind of speed late in the fourth quarter like this, fantastic.
Now Colby set to kick.
He missed the first one wide left, if I remember correctly. So let's see if he can get this one in. And it's up, and it looked good that time. And it is good. Chris Colby with the extra point.
Extra point is good.
And Triton gets that touchdown that we were looking for. Fantastic. And a good big play, too. It was good. He caught that. Definitely looked like he was going to be stopped at, first down and not too much more, and then just busted out of it. Beautiful play.
It's now 35-13. A little over 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
So I'm not going to say there's time enough to come back. You never know, but it would be amazing. It'd be an incredible miracle. But at least they're putting up some offense and they're looking better. So now they just need to put up some defense. And
if they had scored this touchdown at the beginning of the third quarter, again, it would have been a different story.
Could have been very different, yep. Now here's another part of the game that Triton's got to get a little bit better on, and that's the kick coverage. I mean, they've just given up too many long returns on both the kickoffs and the punts. And that's a part of the game that it's hard to practice at full speed with your own teammates because you don't want somebody to get hurt. On the other hand, you can't simulate it too much because that's what happens when you do, is you end up giving up a lot of yardage. So let's see what happens here now. Just need a good kick, and then we need some good coverage.
Chris Colby kicking.
Colby normally hits it to about the 35-yard line, so hopefully he can get a little bit more than that on this kick.
Should be fired up. His teammates just scored a touchdown. And he actually shanks it a little bit, and it's going to go out of bounds. Did it go out of bounds? Should be a flag. Be on the 35, or the spot of, if it was even inside of that. So Ipswich first downs, 4 first downs in the first half, and 4 first downs in this half so far. So again, they haven't exactly had. It's not been like they've held the ball and sort of, drive it down on Triton. It's been more those big plays that have just backbreakers. And if they do that option to the right side, if they run the ball right and do the option,
Triton better pray.
Triton's got to step up and make some tackles, not let that happen again. So they're in their heavy set. And there's double motion. Can you do that? No, you can't. I didn't think so. You can't have 2 guys moving at the same time. That looks like ballet. That's not football. One can move and stop, and then the other can move and stop, but you can't have 2 guys moving at the same time.
Illegal motion.
There used to be the XFL where you could, I don't know if you remember this,
No.
maybe before your time. So there was a football league in the spring where not only could you have more than one person in motion, you could have somebody start to run towards the line. Like, so the receiver could start 10 yards back and start running before the snap, as long as they didn't cross the line before the snap.
Jeez.
So think about how much speed. Yeah. They don't do that in the NFL. Heavy set again. This time 1 guy in motion. This time a run up the middle. It gives up to the middle, and it's going to be a lot of yards. It's going to go all the way up almost to, probably got a first down on that. Looks like he did, yep. So there's your 5th first down of the second half for the Ipswich Tigers.
David Lonergan.
Despite that penalty, they were still able to move those chains.
Yeah, he just picked up 21 yards on that, just like that. So over the 50, into Triton territory again. 8 minutes left in this game. Heavy set offense for Ipswich.
Starting to see a couple new players thrown in there. I'm guessing they're putting their subs in.
Yeah, they actually have a new quarterback in there who just kept it himself and ran the ball for about 5 yards.
It's number 10.
So
Aiden Arnold on the
Aiden Arnold, sophomore, listed as a running back, and maybe that was his one snap that he got to go in there for. Direct snap to him and the quarterback keeper. And they may be just rotating a whole bunch of quarterbacks through here at this point. We'll see what they do. and change. And Arnold comes back out on the field. So yeah, they got their backup quarterback in there now. I don't know if they're going to have him throw the ball. We'll see. Might just be a whole lot of run plays left, right, and center out of that heavy set. Yeah, there looks like a lot of clean uniforms out there. Maybe a lot of kids that haven't played much in this game so far. One in motion to his left and a pitch to the left side.
There's that play.
And he's going to get a lot of yardage. Enough for a first down at least. Not much more than that, though. Now it's a tough call for Triton. Because Triton's still got their first team defense out there from what I can see. So the question now is at 35-13 with 6.5 minutes left, do you put some of your second team defense on the field? Give them some reps? I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, I feel like they need another touchdown to make them feel a little bit better about what they've accomplished in this game.
Yeah.
They definitely deserved a couple more touchdowns. They had the opportunities for those touchdowns, just didn't capitalize.
They certainly have played well up to this point. It's not reflected in that score, I don't think. Pitch to the right side, and here we go. There's a great block on number 2 on Tremblay, and there's a great tackle though at the end of the play by Leonard and 62 for Triton.
Once and again.
And again, Ipswich doesn't get a lot of yardage on small plays. They get a lot of yardage on big plays every single time. There hasn't been any like gain of 3, gain of 4. It's a gain of 15, a gain of 20, gain of 22. And Triton's, first team defense is out there. I think if Ipswich scores here, they're going to have to switch that up. Handoff up the middle. A little bit of room to run, but not a lot. And there, right after I say they don't go, gain of 3, gain of 4, they gain 3 or 4. It's that curse. As soon as you say something, the opposite happens. Yeah, because Chris Colby is still out there. Quentin McHale is still out there. Pretty much the entire Triton starting defense is still out there. Tremblay is still out there. Trying to hold them up as we go under the 5-minute mark. Keep them from scoring another touchdown here. Ipswich's backup quarterback giving some instructions to his running back. A lot of chaos there. They're going to have to either call timeout or just take forever to get this play off. It's taking a long time, but here we go. Handoff right up the middle on the right side. Breaks around the edge, but he's got gang tackled and he's out of bounds now. Right at about the 10, just inside the 10-yard line, I think. It's going to be a 1st and goal for Ipswich.
David Lornigan on the carry.
Clock running, so they must have called him sort of down, forward momentum had been stopped before he got out of bounds. Then the referees at this point are
wanting to get home.
It's a Friday night, so they want to, go have their relaxation too after this game. So 1st and goal at about the 7 or 8 yard line. The Ipswich Tigers. Under center, motion left. Going to give the ball off to the left, and he's going to bounce his way into the end zone. And one referee signaling and there's the touchdown, yep. So Ipswich puts another one on the board. Triton's defense can't quite hold them off. And they get just enough to score another touchdown. It's going to be 40, could be 42. This kicker's been pretty solid. I'll give him credit for that. So Ipswich got the kickoff and managed to just go straight on down the field. Not a lot of delay to the Triton defense on that. Gave that up in about 2.5, 3 minutes. Here's a snap, the hold, the kick, and actually I think it's a backup kicker too, because he was coming from the other side.
The point is good.
Yeah. Because their other kicker was coming from his left side to his right when he was kicking it. That kid was coming from the right side to his left.
I thought that was their seam.
Yeah?
Was it number 9?
Yeah, it was number 9.
Dominic.
Oh, Dominic Delavale.
Either way, their kicking tonight has been fantastic.
Yeah, has been. What are you going to do, and they've had too many opportunities to kick the ball, too. That's the other part of it. Yes. So, all right. So Kyle O'Doy out there talking to the talking to the kick return team, trying to get them fired up. Go out there and at least, get one more touchdown before this game ends.
Yeah, a return on the way would be nice.
Big return here would be good, or at least, get another offensive set where they can do something and really make something happen would be nice. Leonard back there now with Tremblay and Colby. Rivera went down a little while ago. Maybe he's not gone back into the game. He's not out there for the kick return this time.
Yeah, he's a bag of ice on the sideline.
It's all right. Get healthy for Thanksgiving. That's what matters. And
Onside.
Almost like an onside kick. Questionable call by the Ipswich coach there. Not sure why his onside's kicking at 42-13.
Practice?
Sure.
Game time practice, I guess?
I guess. Was he then going to hand the ball over to Triton and say, we just wanted to practice this, but here you go, you can have the ball back again? Or was he going to drive down the field and try and make it 49? So I'm not sure about the decision there by the Ipswich Tigers to practice their onside kick when you're up 42-13, but okay. So Triton out on the field now. Chance to go down, score a touchdown here in the last 3 minutes and 23 seconds. I'm not sure why the clock is running when they haven't even snapped the ball on first down, but that's all right. Here we go. Drops back to pass. He's got Colby on his left. He's going to come across the middle, and he's going to hit Colby. It's going to be good for a first down and about 5 more yards after that. So there's another reception for Colby on the night. Another great pass by Schultz. And if they could just hurry up and get in a rhythm, go score a touchdown. Like, let's not hang around here. Let's get going. There we go. They're in the hurry up offense. They're in the 4 receiver set. Colby left, McHale far right. And there's the snap, and he's back, and he's looking to his right to Tremblay out of the flat. That's the play that scored a touchdown last time. Tremblay gets a ways almost for a first down this time, but not.
Like 5 Tigers around him. Nowhere to go.
Good little play. That's the one that Tremblay broke out for a touchdown last time. And that looked really good.
That's 10 completions for Ty Schultz now.
He's having a good night. Despite the score, 42-13. Schultz is having a good night.
Yeah, the end of the first half, he got in a rhythm, and then they scored the touchdown, and hopefully that's what they're doing again now.
So here we go again. This is going to go under the 2-minute mark before this play is over. Again in the 4 receiver set. Again, looking to his left this time. Steps up in the pocket, looking deep for Colby. It's up there, it's long, it's going to be caught, and he's going to walk in for the touchdown. Fantastic. Chris Colby gets the touchdown catch we needed. Ty Schultz with his 11th completion of the night. Fantastic.
Awesome catch. That's
fantastic.
Reminds me of those catches back in Amesbury when they played Amesbury out here.
But he only had one guy covering him that time instead of 3. So
a little bit easier.
Excellent play. Excellent toss by Schultz, and he had enough time, stepped up in the pocket just the right way. Chris Colby was able to get that touchdown we've been looking for the whole night. That wasn't exactly a Hail Mary, but that was a great pass.
We'll take it.
Absolutely fantastic.
And now he's kicking the extra point.
And he made the last one. Let's see him make this one too. Make this game look a little bit better. And busted snap. He's going to look. Colby's going to make a pass here. He's got to throw it. He definitely doesn't have the room to run that thing in. Oh, he's going to try, and he might make it, and he's going to dive over the pile, and he does. He ends up converting the 2-point conversion.
Oh, my God.
A busted play. So a bad snap gets away from Colby. He tries to look to throw it into the end zone. Definitely looked like he had to because the defense was all over him, and somehow he scampers around and gets into the end zone.
Leave it to Chris.
Fantastic. I told you, he's the electric player out here on the field. It's absolutely fantastic. Everybody's got to watch him when he's out there, and that was great. And he makes up for his missed kick in the first half, and he gets that score up to 21. Nice job by Chris Colby. Nice job by the Triton team to get down the field and score a touchdown here before this time ran out. Fantastic. They've had some really good moments in this game.
Yeah,
they really have. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Showing some talent to come back here next year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, they're losing their senior. They're losing Tremblay, but they're not losing Schultz, and O'Doy's coming back as well. It's going to be a better team next year, no doubt about it. And maybe we'll get some of those Ipswich 8th graders to decide to play for Triton instead. It's Colby on the kick now with 1:50 left in this game. And this one's going to also roll out of bounds. And so they're going to take over at the 35-yard line.
Triton has 6 seniors this year, so we have Stephen Elliott, Captain Barry Nagel, Kyle Noonan, Matt O'Neill, Charlie Takesian, and Captain Ethan Tremblay leaving us this year.
Yeah, it's a good group of guys. It's good, solid players. So number 50, Barry Nagel, he's been on the field. It feels like the entire game.
Yep.
Playing right there in the center of the line. I don't know if he is the center, but I feel like every time I look up on defense, that's exactly where he is at the nose tackle, or maybe to the right tackle. He's played a really good game.
Yep. And Matt O'Neill is injured, and Charlie Takesian, I think, just went to the locker room a few minutes ago.
He had a tackle earlier in the game.
Yes, yeah.
Calling his name out. So here again, Ipswich in the heavy set. And I can't quite see the quarterback from here, so I'm not sure. Oh, they're just going to kneel on the ball, it looks like.
Yeah, there's less than a minute and a half left.
Yeah. They can just do 4 snaps and actually probably not even have to hand the ball over to Triton again. I'm not sure how many. Well, even if he's got timeouts, I'm not sure that McCarthy's going to take him and force the issue. Not at 42-21, he's probably not. And with games to play. So that's the first kneel down. It'll go to second down under a minute. Yeah, this game's over at this point. But a good showing from Triton, an excellent showing from Triton. Not all the way around. You can't give up 42 points and say it was excellent all the way around, because definitely on the kickoff coverage and the punt coverage, there were some mistakes there. For whatever reason, Ipswich had that play. It's like a video game play that works every time. They had that one video game play that they could just run and that would score them a touchdown. So that was frustrating. But the interception by Colby, the touchdown catch by Colby, he had a really good game. Ethan Tremblay had a fantastic game running the ball. I mean, the kid just put in the yardage. No doubt went over 500 yards today. Had a touchdown run, had a touchdown catch. And Ty Schultz had a great game, too. I mean, he threw the ball really well. No turnovers for Triton, am I right? Triton never turned the ball over, other than a turnover on downs, but there were no fumbles, no interceptions, so a clean ball game. I think 4 flags on Triton across the entire game, maybe only 3. So, I mean, just really, really well done.
Yeah, it's really good that they haven't had any fumbles, interceptions. That really helps.
It's a good, clean game, and I liked seeing McCarthy bring out that 4-receiver set and and spread the stuff out. I mean, he called a good game. Again, it's hard to say at 21-42 that everybody did everything right, but I really do think Triton called a good game, played a good game, really did execute pretty well today with a couple of tough ones that really weren't going to go their way. So, they had. Kyle said yes to doing an after the game interview. So if we can get Kyle O'Doy up here, he's probably going to have to go into the circle there with the rest of the players and have a chat. But maybe we can get him up here just after the game. So Kyle O'Doy is number 0. He's kneeling down there in the field.
Number 5.
Oh, he's number 5? All right, he's number 5. I thought he was number 0. So hopefully we'll get him up here just to talk about to talk about 2 things. One, is he going to be back for Thanksgiving, and if so, is he going to be ready to go? It's not really a fair question, but we'll ask it anyway. And then I want to hear him talk about playing with your brother next year, because he's got another year of football in him. O'Doy does, right? He's only a junior.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's watching your brother play and saying, I can't wait to get out there with him and throwing the ball as well. So which he did a few times this year, and we'll see it some more next year. So so McCarthy talking to the team, and I'm guessing he's telling them that what we were saying is they played a really good game. Don't ignore the scoreboard. A lot of great moments out there, a lot of great plays out there by Triton. And again, a clean game, no interceptions, no fumbles, no dumb mistakes. Like you see dumb penalties, no dumb mistakes. That was good. It was a good game. And it wasn't too cold, so.
Yeah, that's always a plus. I mean, they have a lot of stuff to build on going forward into the Thanksgiving game. And again, next year they can continue to build the team up.
Yeah. and then we'll see what happens. If they do have playoffs, I doubt they'd host a playoff game because they're 1-6 at this point. But if they do somehow strength of schedule and make their way into the playoffs, then they'll be on the road somewhere. I don't know if they'd stay in the Cape Ann League. I don't know how the playoffs work at all. I mean, the couple times I've gone to a football playoff game, it's been somewhere outside of Boston, not 30-something miles north. So the team's breaking up now, so hopefully we can get O'Doy's attention and get him over here. Yep, and Bob Lathrop has him, so he'll be coming this way. All right, welcome, Mr. O'Doy. So bring your microphone a lot closer to you, and we're going to give it just a second. They got to pull up the mic so that we can hear you when you're talking. We got a lot of questions for you. So first things first, are you going to be able to play on Thanksgiving? That's our biggest question.
On Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
In the air, I don't know when I'll be back, but my shoulder's feeling good, so Thanksgiving, that could definitely be a reasonable time.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then for next season, are you excited to play alongside Chris Colby again?
Oh, definitely. After what we've seen this year, oh yeah, he's an animal. So he's definitely going to be one of the legends here at Triton. So I can't wait for next year, definitely.
He's been electric out there. And,
Oh, yeah.
and so we saw right before that last kickoff, after the touchdown, you were out there talking to the team before they went out there. Was there anything in particular you said to them? I mean, they were pretty, I don't know, maybe you go into every huddle, but
Yeah.
it seemed like everybody was pretty fired up for
That last one?
Yeah.
Probably just say, don't quit, really.
Yeah.
You always got to play to the last whistle no matter what the score. So, they've played hard tonight. They played hard. Ipswich was a good team. They beat us. We definitely gave them some plays, but I just told them, keep going, keep pushing until the end, because you definitely got to play to the last whistle. So.
We saw a lot out of Ethan Tremblay tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He went over 500 yards, no question, for the season.
Yep.
Played really well, and we saw a lot of change from McCarthy as well, where he spread out the offense. He went with the 4-receiver set, which was great.
Yeah.
I mean, from our perspective up here, Triton, I know it was 42-21. Triton played a great game. They looked really good. And
exactly. Yeah, they definitely did. Like I said, they played hard. We gave them a few plays here and there. We had that punt return kickoff. The first half, they basically had just two big plays. Number 12, Cam James, he's a player, so
he is. Yeah,
got to give him credit. But it was close at the end. We just got tired, but gotta applaud their effort. Definitely.
Yeah, they played really, really well.
Yeah.
Other questions, Emily?
Nothing I can think of right now, but
Perfect.
yeah.
Good. We'll tell the team we thought they did a great job
Will
and
do.
really
Thank
enjoyed
you
it,
very
and
much.
we're definitely going to look forward to Thanksgiving.
All right,
We want to
yeah.
see you play again this
Yeah,
year, so
me too,
definitely
yeah.
get yourself
So,
healthy, man.
will do.
All
Thank you
right,
very much.
all right, thanks.